Today we're working with the POS stand for the ET40. So in the setup I have here, I have the POS stand with an ET40, I have the POS Hub, so that's getting power, and then I have a scanner. I'm using the 8178 scanner, not the DS9908 that's shown in the picture. So I'm using actually this cordless scanner, and it's plugged into my POS Hub currently. And in order for those to work, the key being this SSI over USB CDC. So that's going to allow us to talk to the ET40. My scanner is configured just with return to factory defaults. I've been testing both with and without this, and don't think I really need it, but I do need SSI. And this is letting DataWedge control the external scanner, which is being installed as the scanner cradle, USB scanner cradle as an external scanner. So in order to test this, I was playing with DW demo, and what I did, which is similar to running my POS, is I added the 2D barcode imager that's built into the ET40 so I could scan from there. And then I also added the external pluggable Zebra USB cradle, and this is only going to be seen if you have this SSI over USB scanned in. So once I had that, there's quite a few. I could test this in DW demo using the app. But what I'm doing is I created a actual POS profile. So actually, if you see there, I disabled that currently because I don't want that to conflict with what I'm doing here. So under my POS dual, I've done the same thing. I have both the cradle and the built-in scanner, or the built-in imager to the ET40. I also have quite a few other settings enabled. There's some functions with keystroke output, some intent outputs, some basic data formatting, and then also, it's the intent outputs with some intents defined. So that was the reason of making this special profile. So what we're going to do is I'm going to want to send this and have another person try it as well, just to validate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export these two profiles. So I can export the whole thing, but what I'm going to do is just export these specific profiles just so they can test it themselves. So DW demo I'm going to export, and then export profile. I'm going to export this POS dual. And so you'll see a pop-up that comes out. Where did it get saved? Under Android data, DataWedge, and files, and you see the names there. So if I go to the device and I go to files on the device, the ET40, if I go to Android, oops. So here, talk to the device. I had already done this just so I can do, I click on here, file transfer. So what that's going to allow me to do is I can go into Windows and see. So I have my internal shared storage. I'm going to go Android, data, and then I see DataWedge and files. So here's my two backup files. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy those off and put them in a folder. And those two I'm going to send to a coworker to try it on there. So that's what it's going to do, is it's going to import these exact same profiles. So on the reverse side, when my coworker goes to their DataWedge, DW demo is at the very standard stock, and there's nothing there. So what do? We're going to go into and take those two files, swipe down, and so it allows us to connect as a file transfer. So remember, you go down here and you're going to click the bottom item and you're going to make sure this file transfer is set. Then I have my two files here, so I'm going to copy them, and then I'm going to go to my device again, Android, data, DataWedge, files, and I'm going to put them right here in auto import. Okay, there goes my two files. Now if I go back to my device, let's look at DataWedge. Now here is my DW demo, which is disabled, and then my POS dual, which I put in there. And then I can move forward with my testing of my application in the POS stand. So now that I'm in the stand, I can start my application. And I can scan from the 8178. And it scans and sends the enter. And I can scan from the ET40 scanner. So that's one DataWedge profile leveraging both scanners going into the application.